Morning, everybody. This is Joe Flanagan. I'm the chairman and CEO of Acquirent and Lead Gen, and I'm here with my longtime pal, Craig Wortmann. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning, Guy. How are you?
I'm great. Great.
Psyched to be with you.
It's December 10th, and it's sunny in Evanston. So,
do you remember last time we did this, Joe? Remember last time outside of the Starbucks, holding my phone camera, and it was about 25 below, and I'm not exaggerating.
Oh, I remember it. I was sick for 2 weeks after that. Craig, just to remind you, and those listening, Craig is an incredibly active guy. He is a business person. He's built businesses, some good, some not so good. He's been a career salesperson. He is an advisor to some of the most active private equity firms in town. He is an author. He is an acclaimed speaker. He is a professor of sales and entrepreneurship at Kellogg Graduate School of Management, and his company Sales Engine keeps him flying around the world, working with some of the largest companies on their sales challenges. And you can see a lot of his work on podcasts, and does an amazing job. But Craig, I was watching your podcast last week.
Yeah.
And you were talking about a topic that's hard to achieve and pull off. But that's why I reached out and said, hey, can we talk a little bit about this? You talked about sales and how the most effective way to be a salesperson is to allow people to achieve their goals. I don't know how that helps me move my products.
Well,
talk to me.
So let's chat about this. It's super fun, Joe. And as you know, I was lucky a few years ago to join the Kellogg team and teach at Kellogg, and I founded something called the Kellogg Sales Institute. And one of the first things we did is we got to thinking, okay, we're a sales institute. How do we define sales? And with the help of some colleagues at Kellogg and my friend Bob Mesta, who's an amazing guy and responsible for, he's sort of the father of the jobs to be done theory of building businesses. This notion struck us that what sales really is helping people make progress in their lives, And, one of the things that you've always taught me over the years, and I've always loved about you, is you talk a lot about and model the mindset of a successful person first, and then a successful salesperson. Well, okay, then what defines mindset? We love this definition of helping people make progress in their lives. And as you say, easy to say, harder to do. But then if you've got the right mindset, that is something from which all else follows. And then it gets really, really interesting when you start asking, okay, well, what differentiates elite sellers as they help people make progress from low to moderate performers? And that's where you and I've spent a lot of time over the years.
Right. So it's a philosophy that you are trying to engage with, and how do you do that? What's the mindset? Is there a secret sauce in doing this? How do you get there? How do you find that?
I think so, Joe. I think if there's a secret sauce, to use that metaphor, I spend most of my day speaking, writing, talking, goofing around with these amazing clients that we're lucky to work with, talking about what is the knowledge, skill, and discipline of sales. And I use those three words very deliberately. I believe that every person, every performer in whatever field, I talked to a bunch of physicians this morning, whatever field, lawyers, physicians, you've worked with both groups. When you're interacting with a person, a prospect, a client, what knowledge are you bringing to the table? But as we both know from pretty long careers now, knowledge is not enough. Knowing and doing are two different things. So What are the skills you're bringing? What are the communication skills? What are the persuasion skills? What are the negotiation skills? What are the listening skills? And then what are the disciplines? And disciplines, Joe, I define and have always defined as choice. We make hundreds of choices every single day. Most of them are unconscious to us. How, as sellers, do we make better choices? Do we choose to have grit rather than relax? right? How do we choose to listen at deeper levels rather than what most people do, listen at a surface level? So if there's a secret sauce, I think it's, and I love your metaphor, right? Because it's like a recipe. The recipe has to have equal parts knowledge, skill, and discipline. What we see at the Sales Institute and in all my consulting work over the years, and even all of my businesses, as you suggest, some successful, some not so much, is when I look at the not so much, we were actually over relying on knowledge. We thought we were the smartest people in the room. I'm going to build this software. Everybody's going to love it. I take it to market and they go, okay, that's not very interesting. And here I'm like, well, wait a minute. We poured a lot of knowledge into this, but I didn't have the skill and discipline to be out in the world talking about it and iterating it and listening deeply, et cetera. It's super cool stuff. Like I cannot find the bottom of this thing.
Right. Right. Yeah. And at the core is genuinely caring about the people we're selling to and empathizing and being able to communicate. And that comes from inside. And hopefully people have that the ability to question, the ability to listen and empathize and you make those relationships.
Well, and you use the right word, right? So the synonym of ability to listen, to ask the right questions is skill. Skill is an ability acquired through sustained effort and continuous feedback to accomplish a complex task. That's the definition of skill. And an ability is in that definition. And so then the question becomes, okay, then in every interaction with people, clients, prospects, cold calls, warm leads, whatever, how can we be more skilled? How can we be more disciplined? Rather than me formulating what I'm about to say as you're my prospect and you're talking to me, how might I seek, I use these phrases, Joe, and I do over and over, seek to understand, stay in the question, be curious, right? Interestingly, those are all really hard things to do. Why? Because we're all really smart and we know our products. So it's hard to slow down and go, let me just seek to understand this guy, Joe Flanagan. What's he all about? How's he animated? What does he worry about? What's his family like? Yeah. And really get to know you.
Yeah, that is selling at a really incredibly high level. Craig, thank you for your wisdom, for your friendship. And I hope to see you live sometime sooner than later.
We'll do another 25 below a video for everybody. How's that?
Exactly. Craig, thank you. Make it a great day.
Thank you, my friend.